I'm sure official communication like that is delivered on delivery notebook. One of the clerks, because we have several of them, they can probably rush to the clerk's office or the dispatch office and get the delivery notebook so that we see exactly the date at which it was delivered to the City Council.
The letter was delivered on the 18th, please give it to the City Council, 18th of November, and it was received by the City Council offices the same day. Order. Earlier on, you started by telling us that you received that letter today. How do letters move in the office of the town clerk? Because we are going to take responsibility as Parliament, as the ones who failed to deliver one, not a couple of hours, as I thought earlier.
Chairman, I'll still correct you, sir, with all due respect. This thing which the clerk is circulating is reading the name of the town clerk, who did not receive the letter after this morning, and he has not even signed it. Be fair to us, sir. This letter we received it today.
Order. You see, according to this original, the book is signed. It was received.
Sir, I have a copy if it is the same thing.
I have the original if you have a copy.
And this is not the signature of our clerk. It is not Philip Kisia. Actually, we had a meeting over it this morning.
Chair, can I correct him?
Order.
Chair, allow me.
Yes.
Because I brought the issue of delivery notebook. In the positions, and some of which I've held at the high position, it is not necessary that the chief executive signs. It can even be signed at the office, even at the registry, all the point of entry into that premises. And it is the due process of that institution to know how their messages are delivered to top offices. So I do not agree, Chair, with his line of argument that they did not receive, because when it accompanied by a delivery notebook, any person or agent of that organization is the agent of the chief executive.
And you have to apologize to Parliament as we speak, because you've had that information for 6 days.
Madam Chairman, I respect your opinion and the stand you took, and I was very happy from the beginning. I will take responsibility for something which I have not received.
Order. You serve an institution called the City Council of Nairobi. Don't give equivocal apologies. An apology is an apology.
Madam Chairman, I'm giving you an unconditional apology. I'm grateful for your concern.
The demolitions were done based on notices which you issued and out of concerns from Kenya Airports Authority. Did Kenya Airports Authority write to you as a city council to enforce the Physical Planning Act, because that is your responsibility? Did they do it? And secondly, how come as a city council it took you too long to act to enforce the Physical Planning Act?
First, this process of identifying the settlers, the illegal settlements, was being done jointly with the Provincial Administration and KAA. There was a joint committee, even the City Council was a member. It has taken more than 2 years, that committee, to identify. So we have been visiting the site, trying to talk to these people, to talk to the owners, that this is on the flight path. I'm talking from being a member of the Security Committee. So we visited several times, even to tell them verbally, especially the Wilson Airport, the VDG which was next to it. So it had taken, and then when we went to the National Security, actually the Provincial Administration wrote to us a very strong letter that we must issue notices and use the Physical Planning Act now. That was sometimes last year. So the KIA also visited us, wrote to us. You can bring those correspondences if you are given time, sir.
How come you dragged your feet? You took a long time, because in case of any problem, I think yours is simply to seek reinforcement from the provincial administration and security. But the primary responsibility lies with you. Why did it take you that long to act?
Let me respond. I think from the chronology of activities, we responded first with our initial notices in 2005. There is a fact that we need to bring to the attention of this committee, that carrying out enforcement under the Physical Planning Act has become more difficult because of insecurity, especially in Nairobi. Because I think it looks like people still do not appreciate that development should be controlled. And what you find in most cases, we had attempted in several areas, it is very, very difficult, and security we have also to pay for. We are supposed also to hire equipment. So depending on availability of the equipment that we have to hire, availability of security, and budgetary provision for us, we carry out. We have never carried out a massive, we don't have capacity to carry out a massive operation like what was carried out in Kiangombe. We have never even had a support to carry out such massive operation before. In the area that we are talking about, there are developments that were approved. They were never touched because we do not touch buildings simply because we want to evict people. We do not enforce the Physical Planning Act for purposes of eviction, but for purposes of removing offensive buildings that do not have permission. And that is the basis upon which this was done. Now, even if capacity to enforce has to be addressed, the issue of security of the people enforcing has to be addressed, because that is a major problem in Nairobi, and I believe it is also a major problem in other areas.